Nikita asked Colyn to put a canopy onto her 6x6 Unimog. They used styrene to cut out the format and the sizes of all the different components. The next step was to make the frame that will fit onto the back of the Unimog and will carry the verticals for the canopy. This is made out of aluminium angle iron. This plexiglass was installed to give the canopy rigidity and to make it independent so that it can be easily taken off and reinstalled. The verticals are installed onto the aluminium frame and fastened with M3 fasteners with lock nuts at the back. On the front end, the corners were strengthened with aluminium angle on the outside to protect the canopy against brushes and with rocks and branches and so. On the rear, the aluminium was placed on the inside. The next step was the roof, and this was done with thinner styrene, and the edges were slightly bent to give the roof some shape and not flat box. Now it was Smitty's turn to do his magic with the metalwork and create the rooftop carrier. Next, 20mm plexiglass strips were installed at the top to provide fastening for the roof and to give more structure and stability to the canopy. Now is the time to fit the roof and to make sure that it sits properly and sits tight, and then it needs finishing because that edge doesn't look good as it is there. The roof was edged with a narrow strip of aluminium, and at the same time the holes were drilled through the aluminium and into the plexiglass to provide the fastening of the roof. I structured the roof so that there was a little bit of an overhang at the back, and that is for aesthetics, and it makes it look better. Here I'm busy cutting the frames for the windows. The structural work on the canopy is now done, and here you can see it's easy to take the canopy off as a unit from the Unimog and put it back without effort. Snooky has jumped in and is now giving some texture to the roof rack. This is an important step, and it is how to fit the canopy to the Unimog and make sure that the thing doesn't come off while traveling or if the Unimog should roll. Maverick did his magic and painted the canopy and the components, and they look splendid. Colyn and Nikita started with the finishing of the canopy. First, they had to install the rear door with all its trimmings. And it is done. It looks great, but it looks very solid and sturdy and ready for the rhinosterkop bush. Next up with Smitty, and he's fabricating a rear bumper for the Unimog. The thing looked really half finished without anything at the back of that body. Colyn took the opportunity to put a rhinosterkop registration plate on the back of the Unimog. Maybe he is trying to send her a message, but Nikita looks quite pleased. Smitty is up again. Now he must do the installation of the rear bumper. And he is good at what he does. Another important step in this upgrade of the Unimog was the installation of the LEDs for the cab. The thing comes standard with only 2 LEDs in the front bumper and 2 at the rear back. The headlights and the fog lights were installed. The left side of the canopy is now done, and the ladder was also installed on this side, because in South Africa we drive on the left-hand side of the road, and you don't want a ladder on the traffic side of the Unimog. Nikita and Colyn is looking at the right-hand side of the Unimog. They both know there's a lot of work to be done here. And the first window is up. Colyn is happy with the progress. And the job is done. The right-hand windows and door is in. This now concludes the work on the canopy as far as finishing and trimming is concerned. And I must say, Nikita looks quite happy. This was better than what she expected it to be. With the canopy done, Colyn rolled the bush trailer out of the storeroom, and they decided this is the right thing to put onto the Unimog. The problem is that Unimog does not have a hitch to take a trailer, so Smitty will have to come and do his magic again. And it is done. The hitch is on and the trailer is hooked. It looks great. Now it's time to go and test this rig.